Nicholas, my name is Aaron, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to bring in more customers to your business. Most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why the heck would I be doing this, and what's in it for me? Well, as a local business owner, I know you are extremely busy. You're so focused on running your business that you don't have time to look into how the internet could help. And if you do think about getting help with your online stuff, it's hard for you to really know who knows what they're doing and who doesn't. I have found that giving people an easy attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners coming to me and saying, I like you, Aaron, please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help you with your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I provided you and go do it on your own, hey, that works for me too. So now, let me show you those 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content, and obviously here's your website. And I hope you're sitting down because I'm going to drop some knowledge on you, but Google has bots. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? They send these bots out and they read your entire website, all the text on there, and they can even read behind images. Take, for example, this image of you at a concert. If you do a save as and you look and see how it's actually saved, looks like it's kind of got a generic naming convention on it, but you can put hard-hitting keywords back behind those images to be found in searches. As far as optimization with Google goes, they recommend you have at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage. Did a word count on your site here. Looks like you've only got a little over 200 words. So I would definitely get more content on your page, get you up to 1,500, and get those hard-hitting keywords in there. I looked for a local competitor. I went with Windows and Wheels Auto Detailing. I think they're over in, I believe they're over in Gilbert or Chandler. So one of your competitors that's bringing up, so I did a word count on their website and they've only got 300. So beating you, but still not fully optimized. And you could totally beat them in this game. So that's the first thing I want to go over is content. And we talked about keywords. Let's look at this tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs. Costs me about $100 a month, and anybody can use it, but it gives me a really good in-depth look behind the scenes on how your website is performing. So if we look at these keywords, you got 43 keywords going on, and you're getting 30 searches per month on that. And we want to look at customer intent keywords so that we put they usually put the name of the city and sometimes the state right behind it to get those to be finding things. So the one I want to look at with one of these high hit ones, let's look at Window Tint Gilbert, Window Tint Gilbert AZ actually. Let's look at that one. We've got 100 searches per month on that one, and in the 11th position, you may or may not be hitting the front page of Google because with sponsored ads and stuff like that, they could push you off. So you're on the cusp, and I don't know about you, but when I do a Google search, I don't go past the front page, so it's super important to be one of those top searches on there. So let's go compare you to Windows and Wheels here. They've got 383 keywords. They're getting 142 traffic on that. And if we look at the same one, we want to look at window tinting, Window Tint Gilbert, Arizona. That's got 100 searches. They also have window tinting Gilbert, Arizona. So between those two, that's 180 searches. They're a little bit above you right there, but they're definitely above you on window tinting Gilbert, Arizona. So they're showing up depending on what the customer puts in, and you're missing out on getting clicks to your website with those searches. So it's super important to have that stuff in there. So that was the first thing, content. So let's do a Google search now, and let's use the Window Tint Gilbert, Arizona. So like I said before, there may or may not be sponsored ones on there, and if there are, that's pushing even more people off the front page. So it's even more important to be one of those top 3 guys on the page here. So we're going to move into the second thing. We're going to talk about the businesses section, also known as the places section. And you guys are actually in here, so you may or may not know this. This may be something new, may not be. But my number 2 thing, I'm going to talk about one of the ways to get in there, and that is citations. And citations are your name, address, and phone number all across the internet. And here's some examples of citations. And like I said, you may know this, you may not, but if you do, then you're doing a good job with some of the aspects, and you're getting yourself in there. But a way to maintain and stay in there is to go have 200 to 300 of these citations, and then add a couple a month just to stay ahead of the game, because you could get kicked out of that section if someone else is doing more of these things. So that's the number 2 thing, citations, to get you in the map pack, which, like I said, you're already doing. Great job. But let's scroll down to our organic search, which is where 60 to 70% of people end up. And We've got a franchise here showing up, Turbo Tint in their Gilbert location. You could actually beat those guys if we tweak your website correctly. But I'm going to scroll down. Yelp, everybody should be above Yelp and stuff like that. So here's Windows and Wheels. So technically they're the first local non-franchise on this list. So they're right up on that page there, which is very, very important. So you're probably wondering, how the heck do we get in the organic search? Well, some more knowledge for you, but Google is a freaking popularity contest. Yeah, it's like being in high school all over again. And when you got into high school, to become popular, you had to wear the cool shoes or the cool clothes to get noticed by the popular kids. And in this example, the popular kids are backlinks. Backlinks are other websites, relevant, reputable websites, pointing back to you, giving you what we call link juice and boosting you up in this search. So how do you get those websites? Well, you go get relevant things in your industry, because it doesn't make sense to have a Barrow's Pizza or a Phil Burrows pointing back to you. That's not relevant to your industry, and not all of them are created equal. It's a quality over quantity game. So let's go look at Ahrefs again. Shows your backlinks, 67 backlinks going on there. And we got some spam ones which aren't doing anything for you. Actually, quite a few of those. So there's not a lot out of those backlinks that are doing much good for you. So let's go look at Windows and Wheels and see what they've got, because the best way to do this, and they've got 2,300 backlinks. That's a crazy amount. Way too many. Too many for a local company. So let's not look at that number. It makes 0 sense to have that number. But the way to do this is you go look at the quality ones that they have, grab those, and then go get some other quality ones that will boost you up and move you past them. So you take what they've got, the good ones that they've got, pick and choose, and then go get some other good ones. So in closing, we went over content. I say get up to at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage with those hard-hitting keywords. Citations, you're already doing a great job in the map map, it looks like. Keep doing what you're doing to stay in there. I would suggest maybe doing a couple citations a month just to keep ahead of the game. Backlinks. Get relevant sites pointing back to you to become the authority on Google. Get that link juice. Become popular. So, Nicholas, if you implemented these strategies today, you can rank higher across Google. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, like I said before, you can take the information I provided you and go do this on your own, and I am absolutely cool with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself some time, give me a call or shoot me a text. 602-888-4825. Once again, my name is Aaron. 602-888-4825. Nicholas, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you found value in it. I'd love to get some feedback from you, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.